And up here at the top left of Belshire Beach is our foreign hope. He is none other than... I say that with NASL Season 1 finals in mind. He was like the last foreigner to get out of that tournament. And here we have down in the bottom right, though, from Incredible Miracle, just got a nice pep talk from his coach. He is...
I am true.
So slick the way Legend does that, like, spin zoom in thing.
Yeah, man. Legend's a slick guy.
Pretty much. You saying he's like oily?
No, man.
Slimy? Is that what you're saying?
No, man. He takes care of his body too. Like, I don't know what else to say. He's just all around a good guy. Takes care of himself and does a good job with his observing.
All right, we're gonna have 14 gas, 14 pool coming out for True, whereas it looks like Sen is going to fast expand, and that's going to give a little bit of an advantage, an econ advantage to Sen, unless True can really somehow out-control him and do some damage with early lings.
There's a lot of debate about this map as to whether or not Hatch First is a good choice. It's the rush distance is medium. It's a two-player map. A lot of people really do favor the Hatch First one here, but some people say, you know, it's still not 100% safe. The ramp is quite wide open, and the difference between this ramp and the ramp on some other maps is it's a little bit further away from the hatchery. Not a ton, but that spine, you know, you're not going to be able to get any extra DPS on the ramp with that spine. It's just not going to happen unless you spread your creep, which is also not going to happen. So, So some people argue, you know, maybe Hatch First isn't the best for this map, but Sen's going to do it, taking the risk, being bold here. And True going to start 4 Zerglings and a Queen. And immediately gets speed. Remember, that is the key. That's the biggest difference in Hatch First or not. It's not all about how many Zerglings you have. It's all about the speed. And only leaving 1 drone in the extractor, meaning he's going to make his hatchery very soon.
Yep, Sen is mining gas, so he's going to be able to get speed as soon as his pool finishes, or shortly thereafter, actually. So he's going to be able to get speed as well. But yeah, speed is going to be 30 or 40 seconds ahead of Sen's.
And now that True has seen the hatchery, he's going to probably make a Baneling Nest pretty soon. That's very standard because your opponent has the extra production from the hatchery. You never know what he's going to do with that. So there's the Baneling Nest for True. Second you see the hatchery, you just have to do that. And True just had barely enough gas to do that with even just the 1 drone mining it. Very safe build.
Yeah.
So put some pressure on here.
Oh, he's trying to surround. Nope, he wants to go into the main instead, trying to see if he can get a couple drones.
Yeah, he wants to see if Sen is continuing to mine gas. He sees that only 1 drone is mining. Actually may get some Zerglings.
Nope, there's going to be too many now for Sen. The production advantage has kicked in for Sen. Speed is going to be done in about 15 seconds, though, and then True will be able to dance around if he needs to.
Yeah, his hatchery has finished. Of course, I'm referring to Sen here. And he's still mining. True is still mining with actually 2 drones now rather than 1, and Sen mining with just the 1. Now, with Zergling speed, we'll see if... Actually, True's going to try to do some Baneling run by here.
Interesting.
Can work with this map, though. I think Sen's going to be perfectly prepared for this.
Yeah, Sen has a spine going up.
He also has an Overlord to spot. There's no extra back entrance or anything like that, like there was on Dual Sight to do something like this.
Got a Queen there. As long as he sees it ahead of time, he does see that. It's just a tricky situation where he needs to fight the Zerglings, but also avoid the Banelings. That one Baneling could get a huge hit. No, it's going to avoid it. The Queen takes it out, and now it's just Ling on Ling. And there's a Spine Crawler he can fall back to. He's going to have the Queens there to support as well. And speed is on for Sen too, so I think he's pretty much defended this pressure.
He lost a Queen, though. That's key here.
Oh,
now,
that's true.
He's only got 1 Queen. They're both on 1 Queen, but that was some extra production that Sen has lost. And I like that pressure by True because he was like, Sen, what do you want? You want to lose all your Zerglings? You want to lose your Queen? You got to make a choice. And Sen's like, all right, I'll take the Queen. Because he only had 2 choices, man. And he lost the Queen, so he lost some extra production there. He had no choice. His Zergling speed was not done.
He's like, I can take all your pawns or I can take your Queen. Well,
this is a huge counterattack by Sen, but there are Banelings here.
Oh, no. What?
A bit of miscontrol there by True.
Yeah, that Baneling ran right by like 15 Zerglings and killed 1 instead. And now it's just Ling on Ling action. It looks like True does have a few more Lings here. Sen forced to retreat. He might lose a few Lings on retreat as well.
Yeah, right now the worker count 19% to 14 of True. True been making a ton of Lings here. Looks like he may actually just try to end the game. He is slowly droning up behind us, but This is just a game where neither player has made a lot of drones.
Yeah.
We're 7.5 minutes into the game, and it's just been ling-on-ling action with a few banelings mixed in.
And this is why you basically need banelings in this kind of situation, is because, oh, hold that thought. Looks like he might go in. No. Trying to get those banelings out. They're just going to die.
It's going to be tough for Sen to defend this one, but he should be able to do it. He's got the Overlord. That's the key. He's got the Overlord to spot exactly what True's doing, so he's going to know the timings as to when he can move his Zerglings forward, when he can move his banelings forward. He's got that vision advantage. True's Overlord's a little bit too far behind to spot up that ramp.
I'm not sure what Sen is doing. He's moving just a couple Banes out. This is a little strange.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to aggressively find out if True's droning behind this, so he's trying to push his way out there.
I guess he's hoping to bait the Zerglings in to try and kill his own Lings and try and get a couple good Baneling hits off while he drones in the background. But instead, he's just going to lose 2 of his Banes to 2 Banes, and now nothing happens.
Pretty good trade, but now Sen with a small Zergling force that may get surrounded here. Nice retreat there. He's going to go around the third base. Uh-oh. Looks like True might catch some of them anyways.
It looked like, I thought he was going to try and get a scout into the main with those Lings.
Well, I think his decision here was like, all right, are you droning behind this, or are you trying to kill me right now? I've got to find out. And Sen decides to make the lair now. Goes for the lair. He's feeling pretty good about his opponent's droning. He's like, all right, you've done a sufficient amount of droning. I can make the lair now. And the fast lair with, he's got a 3rd extractor, 4th extractor going up. I think we're going to see 2-base Spire Moltrap.
I think so as well, yeah.
And this happens a lot in this type of situation, because with the heavy Ling versus heavy Ling, you're very reluctant to make a Roach Warren, so you don't have that Roach Warren to put on the real pressure, nor do you have, your own way to deal with Mutas. You're not going to have Fast Infested or anything like that. So the Mutalist choice here I think is really cool by Sen. An Evolution Chamber is going up for True to be safe. Also to probably get that +1 upgrade for his Roaches as soon as that comes out. But I like this decision-making by Sen here. The Spire is almost done. He's got enough gas to make it as soon as that lair finishes, or rather, the lair is almost done.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be really good. And the lair is moments from completing, and we see that Sen is not making it yet. Come on, Sen. Your lair's done.
There it is.
There we go.
Spire, you guys can see it on the production tab. And Sen, with a smart choice here, knows the Roach Warren is just now finishing up for True, so he doesn't have a timing to kill him because of that.
Yeah.
Third base is actually going to be saved. Nice save by Sen. Very map aware, having those Overlords spread on the map so you can see his opponent's Zergling movements.
Very smart. And yeah, and he's, again, that's the thing. That's why you get those Banelings, because you just have 4 to 6 Banelings around. Even if you have less Lings, they're the equalizer in Ling battles, and you can just hold off.
Yeah.
They're very good defensively.
And Sen has consistently scouted no Roaches yet. No Roaches yet. I can go for the Spire because I have Banelings. He's not going to kill me with a Ling all-in, so I can safely get the Spire. Then when he comes out with Roaches, I'm going to have Mutas, and I'm going to be able to hold this third base no matter what. Really nice decision-making. This is the way to go Spire, in my opinion. I think Sen has done it here. He's gone Spire correctly in ZVZ.
No, I mean, this is how when we first started seeing Zerg players do this 3 or 4 months ago. I think it might have even been July Zerg that kind of first person I remember seeing
and Lucero was doing it a little bit too.
This is how they did it, is they used it to protect that new third.
Right. We may have an engagement here. I love that Sen is just buying enough time. These Roaches are forced to stick around for a while, or Sen's just going to kill his third base.
That Baneling just walked by a bunch of Roaches.
Oh man, look at this. Sen's going to get True's third base. Sen taking a huge lead here.
Forces a cancel.
And Sen's got his third base up and running. He's taking gases there. He's got 11 Mutalisks on the way.
And he drew those Roaches back to True's third, so now they don't even have a chance where they can focus down that hatchery. Because the Mutas are on the way, 13 of them. Jeez.
Now notice that there's a Hydraliston going down, and some people might wonder, well, how does he know he hasn't scouted the Spire? He knows because he's like, you don't have any Roaches.
Seen Roaches. Exactly.
There's no Roaches, you're going Spire, or possibly some sort of crazy Infestor build, but I want to have these Hydras out to be safe. Yeah. But man, oh man, he's going to lose all of his Overlords on the map, which is about 4 right now.
And now this Overseer, which was designed to scout if there was a Spire, is going to find out the hard way that there's a Spire in play.
Very true. Sen looking very good with his decision-making here. His Overlord at the bottom left spots 2 Overlords he can go and take out, and he's going to send those Mutas down there right away. True going to lose so many Overlords here. He's going to supply block him.
And Sen knows that there's nothing True can do on the map right now. So what did he do? He just built a dozen drones and another hatchery.
And he doesn't even have... He's got no map presence. He's got no creep spread. And Sen has got total control of this game now. What can True do? There's nothing he can do.
The only thing he can do is trying to hold out for a while. He needs to probably even get more spores. He's got Hydras on the way, but the thing is, you actually need more Hydras than Mutas. Otherwise, Mutas can actually just target. There's only like 5 or 6 Hydras out. Even with a Spore Crawler there, 15 Mutas, actually he's almost at 20 Mutas, can just target down those Hydras, and it's fine.
You need creep to take a third base, and he does not have that. He's got an infestation put up. He's getting the infestor upgrade. He's going to try. What he's going to try to do here is sort of get a strong Hydra, Roach, infestor force up and do a big push. But Sen, look at the supply. It's already 134 to 100. Yeah. Sen getting +1 for his Muse. He's actually committing to the Muse, which is very unusual, but he knows there's no way he needs to start Roach production anytime soon because guess what? True is not leaving his base. He can't do it.
I'm a little in the past when I've seen like Dongregu do this is the moment where he kills them, because he has 20 Mutas and they have 5 Hydras and he just goes and kills them. So I'm a little bit puzzled to see Sen not really attacking much here, not being a little bit more aggressive.
What he's going to do here, which is really smart, is he's trying to force more Hydras out. He's getting Baneling speed now. Remember, you don't see this very often, but Hydralisks are light units, and Banelings do quite well against them. If he keeps his Roach,
that's true.
If he keeps his Roach count low, and he's getting Baneling speed right now, and +1 melee weapons for those Banelings, he's trying to get the Hydras out. He's going to do a Baneling Beetle push. Look how many units he has. He's just got so many. He's continuing to put the pressure on here. He's just actually going to end the game.
No, well, you're exactly right, but the thing is the reason why Dongregu hits earlier is because he hits before Infestors, and there are Infestors out now. If he clumps up on some Hydras, see, Huge Fungal gets 6 of the Mutas, kills off 4 of them. If he can get 1 Fungal on the clump of Mutas, he can take out the entirety of that.
Also, remember, if he Fungals these Banelings, they'll be rendered useless, but I mean, there are just so many.
So many
That's
Banelings.
the thing. This is what I was talking about. Sen was just getting ready to do this push rather than the Dongregu push. This one, I think, is safer. And here we go.
But imagine if he gets some Fungals on those Banes, though. That could be really bad. Here he comes in. The Banelings are rolling in. Little green balls of death heading in. He Fungals a huge portion of them, but they hit all the drones. Massive slaughter of drones in the natural. The Queens even go down. Everything dies. The Macro Hatch dies as collateral damage from all the Baneling hits.
Yeah, 67 drones to 30 drones. Sen, 70 supply up here approximately. The hatchery is severely damaged as well. He can go in for a second wave with all the Zerlings he's produced. He can make infinity units. He's got so much better production. Even as an Overlord at the third base there, you guys can see to note, it's a true, I knew you weren't going to take a third base, but I'm going to spread creep where you would just to let you know that I've made my mark here. He's like a dog. He made his mark on that third base. He's like, this is mine. You cannot take this.
He lifted his leg and put creep on that location.
He did, man. Here we go. Sen just going to attack without Banelings this time, and the Fungal's actually really good for True. I'm not sure why Sen does. Here he comes, though, with Banelings in.
Yeah, this is just the point where it doesn't matter how well he controls, how good the Fungals are. Sen just has 3 times, or he had twice the supply, just had 3 times the units.
GG! Sen advances, and True, his first run in Code A, did not make the best debut, but some smart decision making, especially in Game 2. I feel like Sen's Spire decision-making was just so smart in that game.
Yeah.
That's when you go Spire, when you and your opponent are both going heavy on Speedlings. You haven't really made the transition to Roaches if you're very aware that your opponent's Roach Warren is late. You can make that lair, especially when you've gotten ahead just slightly. You make the lair, you're like, okay. He even checked multiple times. Do you have Roaches? How many drones have you made? Is it okay for me to make my lair now? Very active about scouting with his units, very active on the map. And once he got the Spire out, he knew just what to do. Contain his opponent on 2 base. He had the third base. He also knew his opponent has no creep.
Yeah.
If he has no creep, he definitely can't attack me.
Getting that Spire from a position where he was decent amount ahead, it's kind of like, you have extra pieces on your chessboard and you move them in a way so that you're forcing a checkmate in 10 moves kind of thing. Because getting that Spire forces the Hydra end because it's too slow to get Infestors, forces the Infestors later on, and all that money you're spending, all that means that you don't get your third, you can't attack, and Sen can do whatever he wants for the interim amount of time. So
basically, what a checkmate situation can happen in ZVZ is if you have a third base morphing, your opponent doesn't have a Roach Warren, and he doesn't have Lair, and you've got a Spire on the way, like, it's already checkmate at that point. What are you going to do? There's almost nothing you can do unless Sen makes a huge mistake with his Mutas or something. There's nothing you can do. We're going to take a 10-minute break, guys, so don't go anywhere. Be sure to tune into the other stream, and we'll see you in a few minutes.